Take a look at the Janome Skyline S3 with all the stitches, accessories, features, and support after the sale. This machine is a great model to take a look at and add to your sewing room. Mode 1 generally is our most common used stitches on the machine. Your straight stitch, zigzag, your overcasting stitches. The one-step buttonhole features are built in right here. We get into mode 2. We will have our quilting stitches built in. We have applique stitches. We have heirloom stitches that are built in. Some decorative stitches that are built in. Garment construction stitches. We can move our needles over. There's 71 needle positions built in on the S3. So we can move our needle over if we're putting in zippers or we're going to put in piping. We have mode 3, 4, and 5, which will have our alphabet fonts built in. This comes in real handy if you want to do a monogram on a dress shirt, make a quilt label, just a garment tag label in general. Let me show you just a little bit about the computer controls on the S3, and then we'll sew on the machine. You do have quite a few more controls built in on the machine than most of your standard sewing machines that's on the market. One thing is I can adjust the speed of my machine. I can override my foot control, or if I just want to use start stop, I have the ability to do either one, and I can override the speed of that. So if it's a beginner or you're an experienced sewer, or let's say I have a very expensive piece of material, I may want to make sure that I slow the machine down so I don't make a mistake. Then I have a built-in scissors. This is probably the #1 feature that most people say, I wished I had that on my machine, or they're upgrading to another machine, is I can hit that button, it snips the bobbin in the top thread for me. I do have the needle up, needle down feature here, so I can set my machine to stop needle in the fabric, or I can set it to stop needle out. I have the auto lock feature that will tie that stitch off underneath for me, so I never have to worry about that ugly back tack anymore. It's hidden and out of the way. And I do have the reverse feature built in for doing back tacking if I need to. And of course, start stop. If I don't want to use my foot control, I can just hit the start stop button and I'm ready to go. Skyline S3 does feature an automatic tension setting. This is one of the beginning models in the Janome line where the auto tension setting is built into the machine. So this will separate a lot of the other computerized models on the market. Threading is super easy. Everything is channeled, just like all the Janome machines are, all the way down to the needle. And I do have a built-in needle threader on the machine. I got my top drop-in bobbin so I can see exactly my thread, my bobbin at any given time if it gets low. There are markings on my needle plate to help me give seam guide measurements, as well as on the bed of the machine as well. I do have the accessory tray that I can easily pop off of the machine, and I do have drop feed built in on this particular machine. And in my accessory tray, I have plenty of room that I can put all the accessories that comes with the machine and have room for some of the optional ones. Now let me show you just how tough this machine is, how precise it is, and how it can sew. The Skyline S3 is very easy to operate. With all the stitches that are built in, you would think this is going to be so complicated, but Janome really lays out the computer board super easy. All I have to do is look at my placard up top, see what mode that I'm in. So let's say I want to do stitch number 44. I want to go to mode 2, hit number 44. It's going to show me a picture of the stitch. If I want to adjust my width or length settings, I'm able to do that. I've got extra high lift under my presser foot. I hit my start stop button, I'm ready to go. I can speed the machine up. Listen how quiet the machine operates. That top drop-in bobbin really does make a big difference. And I can slow it down here. And I get to the end of my seam, I can hit my auto lock feature. It's going to tie that stitch off for me. Hit my scissor, snip it, then I'm done. These machines are super durable. From the needle to the inside of the sewing arm is 8 1/4 inches, about 5 inches tall. So if I'm quilting or if I'm working with a larger piece of material, I've got plenty of room to work with. But here I'm working with a standard denim, and I know you'll be doing a lot of hemming of pants, or maybe you can get into some heavier sewing, even lightweight leather. This machine can handle that just fine. But here I've got 2, 4, 8 layers of denim that I'm working with here. That's going to be pretty much, it's going to be thicker than the side seam on a pair of denim jeans. But the nice thing about the S3 is I've got plenty of surface area, 7-point feed dog system. I've got extra high lift under my presser foot so I can get that thicker material up under there. The auto tension, it's a game changer. So all I have to do is hit the stitch that I want to work with. Still on stitch number 44. I can go from 8 layers of denim down to this cotton. If I get to where I want to tie the stitch off, let's say I'm stopped here, then I can snip my thread. And I went from 8 layers of denim to a cotton, all the way down to a stretchy material. There's no puckering. The Skyline S3 will come with a lot of accessories, Ken Sewing Center carries everything that's made for the machine. Part of what you get when you purchase from us is you get our premium package. What that means is there's nationwide customer support for the life that you own the machine. We don't sell you a machine and act like we never want to hear from you again. If you have questions how to operate it, you think you're having a problem with the machine, we're here to help you. We have 4 technicians and several educators that can help you Monday through Saturday. So feel free to give us a call with any questions you may have on the S3. We do have it available in new version, and from time to time we'll have some factory refurbished. Be glad to help you any way that we can.